What's up to all my success seekers, opportunity addicts, and social capitalists? It's your boy, DeJesus, the original OG, the opportunity guide. I'm coming back at you, second video, and I'm here to kind of build off of what we talked about in the first video. And in the first video, we spoke about the importance of social capital and how social capital is instrumental to your workforce success. And when we looked at some of the data, I shared with you that 45% of Americans get jobs through their strong ties or weak ties. And then we said about 25% of Americans get jobs through job boards and about 15% through placement agencies and workforce centers. So let the numbers tell you what you need to do. 50% of your focus, your job search or your opportunity search focus should be on building those strong tie and weak tie connections. And please watch the last video because we tell you how to do that, or read our book, Making Connections Work. And we all describe how to get that accomplished. But I want to throw some more information at you to kind of further cement why you have to incorporate social capital building in your opportunity focus. And what we want to look at is this. When we look at how people get jobs, we find out that 65%, that's a big 65% of the jobs are never advertised, or they're advertised improperly. What does that mean? Well, it means a company may put a job up on its website, but they already have somebody for that position. They may have a job that they need to fill, but it never ever goes online. So the bottom line is that you cannot apply for jobs that you do not know exist. You cannot prepare for jobs that are not even a dream. The hidden labor market is real, but what are you going to do, and what type of strategy do you have to try to find out about these opportunities? And it's not only job opportunities, it's the same thing with private scholarships. Most private scholarships are not advertised. You learn about the scholarships by knowing people. You learn about the scholarships by meeting people. It's so important to understand that we're not talking about networking, we're talking about social capital building. Networking is just an activity, social capital building is an outcome. And the outcome you want to get is an increased level of compassion with that person. And we call these the Cardi principles, because Cardi B is not the only person from the Bronx trying to help you make money moves. The Cardi principle talks about C for compassion. A, you want them to be able to provide assistance. Or you want some type of reciprocity in the process. And don't worry, I will cover all these subjects with you in later videos. You want to establish trust. And most importantly, you want to get labor market information, because social capital building is not only about getting the job, it's about getting the information about the career development opportunities that you need to know. What are the skills necessary for success in this job? What type of work experience do you need to get to be successful on this job? What type of credential can you get to get a good paying job? You don't even need to complete 4 years of college, but what type of credential do you need to get? And where do the majority of your employees go to get it? Just because you see an advertisement for some type of credential program out there, don't go there. If the employer tells you that the majority of their employees got their credential from the X program or the X school, you go to the X program or the X school. Don't go on based on some advertisement you saw on a Saturday morning cartoon. Do you feel me? So your social capital building skills must be depth. You must be able to understand the importance of building social capital. And once you build it, you gotta spend it. Check in for our next video where we talk a little bit about redundancy and how you have to watch out for that. Because remember, the ties that bind are sometimes the ties that blind. You know what I always say? Social capital is the rich kids' airbag when they crash. They got people supporting them. When they jump out into the labor market, they don't fall flat on their face. Uncle Jimmy, somebody helps them get a job. Do you have social capital? And we already said, if you checked our last video, you already have it. You're just not spending it. Let's take this concept seriously. Let's work on the activities. I got some cool ones in the PDF download for you to work on this whole concept of hidden jobs. And let's really speak the truth about what you need to know to be successful in your future. As always, man, remember, you always have another move. You always have another move. The devil is a liar. You always have another move, alive and free.